Hey Aries, and even hey cross watcher, welcome to Infinite Light. My name is Shawnee. I'm doing a 12-part series. It's Aries and your person, your love interest, but specific to zodiac signs. So this particular video is Aries connected to a Scorpio. Aries connected to a Scorpio, okay? This is for Sun and Venus signs. So if you just so happen to know your person's Venus sign, if you don't know it, you can Google somebody's birth chart and you just need to know their birthday, when they were born, and where they were born. And if this particular message does not resonate with you, if you're looking at this as their Scorpio sun sign, then check out whatever their Venus sign is. Because I'm going to have, by the end of this, I will have 11 other videos for you to potentially watch. Okay, guys? I'm an adult talking to another adult. So as adults, I need you to use your own discernment and your own intuition to make your choices in life. Don't let tarot make choices for you, okay? I'm a storyteller. I'm a conduit from spirit, from source, straight to you, connecting you to your straightest and to your greatest and highest good, guys. But you have the ability to do that yourself, right? So, and I say that, but I mean that. You literally have it within you to connect yourself to source, God, the universe, your angels, your spirit guides, and your ancestors. People just like for me to do it because I'm so cool. But use your own discernment to make judgments in your life. So if this resonates with you, then awesome. If it doesn't resonate with you, then that's fine. Leave this energy for somebody else. Sometimes you can watch an entire 10-minute tarot reading and the whole thing is your story. And sometimes only just tidbits of information. And that's okay. That is perfectly fine. All right, so we're going to do Aries connected to their Scorpio. Spirit, thank you for your time and your energy. I appreciate you being here. Please allow me to deliver a clear and concise message to those watching. Should anything negative pop up, immediately return it to sender. I don't want it on me. I don't want it in my household, and I don't want it on the viewer, okay? All right, so what is the mutual energy between Aries and their Scorpio counterpart, lover, love interest? You know, I'm just now getting the message in this one to say, you know, sometimes this can pop up as like if you've got a Scorpio person in your family or a friend or a coworker. Even though my intention is for this to be romantic love, sometimes spirit just needs to get your attention any way they can, right? About scenarios. It says lifestyle. And earlier I was talking about being straight, and that's not what I meant to say. I was talking about your connection to spirit. So it says lifestyle, in the closet, secret being held, and down low. Give me more about this lifestyle for the energy of Aries and their Scorpio person. Fired up. The second time I saw the fired up card. Somebody's angry, and both of y'all could potentially be angry with each other. It could be that somebody outed another person. Is what I'm getting for a side message for somebody. Or it could be that there's... Let me get more clarification on this mutual energy, please, Spirit. Hold on. Because this is the second time I saw this fired up card. Aries and their Scorpio person. What's the mutual energy between Aries and their Scorpio person? You guys, if this is already resonating, then you know that this is your message. I'm just saying. The Star card. Nine of Swords in the upright. There's a lot that needs to be healed in this relationship. I feel like there were secrets that were exposed, and I don't know on which side yet where these secrets were being held, but I know that in this connection, what I'm getting already, that there were secrets, and then somebody was very upset about the secrets being exposed, and then now there's this idea of trying to heal what was unearthed. How does the Scorpio feel about their Aries person? How does the Scorpio feel about their Aries person? Should there be no walls up and they were being completely honest with Aries and themselves? How does a Scorpio feel about this Aries person? Encounter. met by chance, love at first sight, crush, potentially. How does Scorpio feel about their Aries person? Miracle, again, with the dreams come true, them really feeling like you came out of nowhere and you were a shot through the heart, but hold on. Shot through the heart and you're to blame. You give love a bad name. Hold on. You play the part and you play the game. How does the Scorpio feel about the Aries, please? Okay, so this Scorpio somehow, some way is watching you. I don't know if you guys don't see each other on a daily basis. I don't know. But I feel like you, Aries, might have outed this person in some way, shape, or form, okay? Doesn't necessarily have to mean that you outed them, you know, because they preferred same-sex or relationships, or they were dabbling or something. The Scorpio just felt like you came in quick somehow, Aries, and they really loved being around you, but then the situation turned. There was some big change, and it could be where this fired up is coming. So we have encounter pops up first. So encounter, they see you, they're like, oh my God, Aries is dreamy. I think I might feel some kind of way towards Aries, and then it turns dark. Boom, some super big change. And I think you guys intuitively picked on something with the Scorpio. They didn't like it. Somehow or another, they're watching your status though, on social media, on YouTube. Hey, what up, Scorpio? Somehow or another, they're watching you. This is my cell phone card. So you guys might not be in the same area. For them not to be talking to you. How does the Aries feel about this Scorpio? Should all walls be knocked down, and they were being completely honest with themselves and completely honest with the Scorpio? I just had a whole bunch of cards pop out, but I'm not taking any of them. How does the Aries feel about this Scorpio, please? I feel like they don't like that you called them out. You might have told them about themselves, or you're somebody that's in the limelight and that's how they're able to watch you. Like maybe you have like a channel or something, or maybe you're an influencer or something. They just don't like the way that you called them out. How else does but it's not like you were trying to call them out. I don't feel like you were trying to, because this is how you feel about them. I don't think that you are trying to call them out. I just think that you're acknowledging that, yeah, it did come from, you were the one that said something. How else does the Aries feel about the Scorpio? Pet, reconcile, like repair. I'm going to have to get clarification on this pet card. Hold on. It's not, I don't have to get clarification on this pet card. I said you were using your intuition, and you intuitively picked up on something that the Scorpio was doing, was saying how the Scorpio was. And that's how you didn't mean to, but that's just how you said something. And it's because you have an understanding of, this is not necessarily reconciling with your Scorpio, just so you know. This is not going to necessarily be a reconciliation video, guys. This is you just knowing. You just know about this person. It says understanding. You just know about, it's intuitively. One last card. There's no feelings here. Maybe we can get a feelings card. You're not telling me how you feel about this Scorpio, just so you know. How does the Aries feel about the Scorpio? Breakup. I don't think that it was like this real, like, I did get fired up, but I don't think it was really like this real knockout, drag out sort of thing. I really don't. I just get that it made somebody internally angry, but I don't feel like y'all were shouting at each other. But I don't think y'all are together, hence this person watching you from afar. What intention does this Scorpio have with Aries? What intentions? They want to get you off of their mind at night. They don't want to be thinking about you as much as they are with the Nine of Swords in the reverse. What intentions does this, and I feel like they're still worried that you're going to continue to say stuff. What intentions does the Scorpio have with Aries? Hierophant in the reverse. The liberation. They want to be free of this. They don't like that you can see into them. What do they want to have happen? What does the Scorpio want to have happen between themselves and the Aries? This, yeah. The Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. They're in a state of depression. Moon in the reverse. They feel like you being around them is risky. This doesn't necessarily have to be a love relationship. This could be, like I said, a friend, a family member, a coworker, that you, Aries, really see their true colors. And they don't like it. And they want to be free from it. Hierophant in the reverse, Moon in the reverse, and the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. They thought they were going to get something else from this connection. And they didn't. Poor judgment. It says with it. Poor judgment. Nope. You misjudged this Aries, Scorpio. No. You misjudged this Aries. Whatever Aries it is that you're dealing with, if there's a cross watcher, they are highly intuitive. What intention does the Aries have towards this Scorpio? What intention does the Aries have towards this Scorpio? The Hermit card. You know what the Hermit card does? Is they highlight things. It's almost like your intention is to put a mirror up to this person's face, Aries. Wow, this is a very specific message. What action is the Aries going to be taking towards this Scorpio? Or be a spiritual guide and be like, it's almost like maybe if this person, maybe it's not as drastic as I'm saying it is. Maybe you said something that left this Scorpio just by happenstance. Like you said something and then you started saying other things. But it really caught this Scorpio's attention and it's really eating at them. And you didn't mean to. But it was meant to happen. Spirit wanted you to say it in order to highlight something in this Scorpio's spirit that they needed to work on. And so you became kind of like a spiritual guide on earth for this person. It could be something very small as that. So what action is the Aries going to be taking towards this Scorpio person? The Four of Cups in the reverse. It's almost like you it's Four Cups in reverse, and then I move on from past hurt. It's almost like you didn't even know what you said made an impact on this Scorpio person. And it wouldn't have made such an impact on this Scorpio person if this Scorpio wouldn't have held you in such high regard, but they do. And you may not even be as aware of that as it is. That's a secret that they've kept. That they hold you in such high regard. I get that also too with this Street card. Like these are expensive purses in a case that's locked up. So they can only just see you, they can't touch you, but these are very expensive purses. These are designer bags. I don't mean to say it, but I mean to say it. You're like a designer. You're a designer. They can't buy you at Ross, Aries. They got to go to Saks to get you, and they don't feel like they're on that level. Does that make sense? And you're just over here just like, I don't even know what I said, but it weighs heavily on this Scorpio. What's going to happen between this Scorpio? Oops. And so like if you're in a relationship with a Scorpio, if you're in an actual relationship with a Scorpio, like a friendship or friends or a romantic relationship, like you feel free to go up to this person and say, if they've been acting weird, like, is there something I said? Is there something I did? Do you want to talk? And then be open to hearing what it is that they have to say. And they might not come forward and say something. Wait, let's see. What actions does a Scorpio want to take towards the Aries? This one? Nine of Pentacles and upright. They want to get inner peace. Two of Cups in the upright. Yeah, they want to get inner peace. They want to bring about balance. They do. But these aren't necessarily fast action sort of moving cards. You might actually have to come towards this person and open up the door for them to tell you, okay, so this, you said this, and this is how I feel about it, and then have the conversation. And I'm trying to burp as I say that. So what that means is I'm releasing negative energy, and that they would want to release the negative energy as well. But they're not going to come towards you. That would solve the problem. It literally says that. That would solve the problem if you came towards them, Aries. What's the overall outcome between Aries and this Scorpio, please? The overall outcome between Aries and this Scorpio. The Temperance. Yeah, if you came forward, if you open up the door, if you want to, Aries. Boom. If you want to. You're watching this Scorpio reading for a reason. So maybe the reason is for Spirit to nudge you and just be like, hey, just go open up the door and see what the Scorpio has to say. And I'm not saying, like, if this person was abusive or they're doing something wacko, backo, then you don't have to open up the door. You protect your peace at all costs. Protection first, always. But if that's not the case, then, and there's somebody that you care about, or somebody that you're in your energy, and then all of a sudden they started acting weird or distant, then be like, hey, is everything okay between us? You know, something like that. What's potentially blocking? What's the biggest block that Aries doesn't see coming? Or with this attachment? Playtime. Watch who you give energy to. When you open up the door for a conversation with this person, if their energy starts bringing you like down, like, don't let that happen. I already said, always protect your energy first. Potentially do a cleanse after you talk to this person, like an energy cleanse after you talk to this person. And don't divulge too much of your, they're going to want to know, like, how did you know this about me? And you don't need to tell them it's like it's just, I don't know. You can literally say, I don't know. It's just something I felt. Boom. I don't even remember saying that. I apologize that if I said that, something like that. But it's basically like, if they're crying and sad, don't let them bring you down, because this is their pain that you brought to the surface for them. It's not your pain. All right. One last word of advice for the Aries connected to this Scorpio, please. Deserve. Love and relationships. It says your emotions act like magnets, attracting situations that mirror those emotions. If you want to improve your relationships, behave towards others the way that you would like them to behave towards you. I don't think you turned a mirror on this person and they weren't ready to look at themselves in that way. And just know that that's how energy works. That's how life works. Yeah, you have to, yeah, that's how life works. And then also too, like, you never know who's going to turn a mirror on you, or who's going to highlight something, or who's going to say something, or what you're going to hear, or what you're going to see that's going to trigger a response that needs your healing. Also too, this is why it's saying to protect your energy, because this person's been kind of down thinking about this. And so it's sometimes, remember that misery loves company, right? You don't want anything in this conversation that they have to say or share to bring you down. And then when you're in a low vibration because of this conversation, you start attracting in lower vibrational things into your life. Nah. So this is like, no, like, what's done is done. It wasn't necessarily your fault. You were just saying something intuitively that came to your mind. You weren't an asshole. You're not an asshole. You are a great intuitive being. Aries is connected to the heavens. We are the leaders. We have to be connected to the heavens. We have to be connected to source. We have to be connected to our intuition. Otherwise, how are we going to lead other people? You're just doing your job as an Aries, unfortunately and fortunately. Sorry, not sorry. Yeah. Just remember who you are, Aries. You're a beautiful, magnificent being, no matter what. Okay. All right, guys, that's your reading. Aries and Scorpio. I hope it helped in some sort of way. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.